Hello everybody, Deadman's Macaroni here. Get your macaroni ready because this is part 2, of Mountain Blade Warband. In last episode we started our character out and we were recruiting some Nords and Vigirs for our archers, Nords for our foot soldiers. Also if I'm mispronouncing anything, feel free to let me know. I just switched controllers because my analog stick was backing up and I forgot to switch over the microphone, not thinking, so I had to restart the recording. But all I really did is head over into rhodok territory and attack some mountain bandits because they're just going to be much better for training up our guys than sea raiders. So yeah, here we are. Also, hopefully today we can actually get a decent start going because, man, that last episode was just nothing but bad luck and fail. Which is kind of my thought with coming over here, is that hopefully, like I said, we'll actually be able to train our dudes up and get a little army going so that we can head back to Nordic territory and actually take on sea raiders. Sure, we'll hire a manhunter, why not? These guys can actually be really good because what they do is they use pretty much all blunt weapons, which how the game works is if you're using sharp weapons, you're gonna, like, it'll be a lethal hit and you'll kill whatever you're fighting, and if you're using a blunt weapon, you'll knock them out, which means that you can take them prisoner, which is definitely good because it's a really good money source. One of the best money sources in the game, actually. Alright. Fur covered shield. Is that going to be better than this? No, resistance 0. I don't think it would be. The plus side, we have an actual bow now, even though it's a garbage bow that's probably not worth using. I'll take it anyways. Because it's better than no bow. Just like this hat would be better than no hat, but I'm not going to wear that because it looks stupid. I always kind of thought that would be kind of fun as like a character that can only wear light armor, or a character that can only wear like clothing. So like you can't even go up to leather armor because you can only wear like clothing like that hat and stuff. Which is all really, really bad. I mean, there's some that's like, it's okay, but it's still pretty bad. There's some that I would say would at least be usable. You could make it work, but it wouldn't be ideal, like late game. Sure, we'll help him. Even though he's probably not gonna care. Hypothetically, we could end up gaining some relation with him, which would be good because the more allies we have, the better. Like I said, I'm planning on joining one of the preset nations in this character, so for that reason, it's probably going to be good to have a lot of allies. And it's just good in general, because even if you play on founding your own kingdom, the best way to have guys come and actually like want to join your army is to have friends that you've been working on building up, and then when whatever kings they follow mess up, they will actually actively come to you and to join your nation instead of you having to go and recruit them. But we'll probably see that much further on down the line. But whenever I decide to do some different series and stuff on this, This definitely isn't going to be the only series that I do, I guarantee you that. It doesn't look like we gained any relation with him, but I didn't think we would just because it was so few guys. Usually you gain relation if you like roll up and you save somebody from like a situation where they were probably not going to win. Then you usually gain the relation. Oh, I don't know about whole group of 21. Dude, sorry, I probably just breathed into the mic. I want to stop fighting with help. I want to train up my dudes, not rhodok dudes. Seriously. Not even gonna bother with formations this time because this dude's army is so beefed up that we should be able to just plow through them, no problem. I'm trying to like yawn without making noise. I think I'm just realistically going to have to go get a better headset. The thing is, even if I do, I'll probably still pick up my breath, so my hope is that if I get a better headset with a better mic, that at least the mic will be better to where it'll pick up my voice farther away, and I'm not going to have to have it so close to my mouth to where it picks up the breath so easily. So that's kind of the plan, but that's not going to be for a while. So I'll just have to make this one work for now. The mountain bandit, slowly but surely building up those prisoners. Uh-oh, we're out of money. Alright, well if that's the case, we got some stuff to sell. So I guess let's do that. Yeah, we're closer to Yalen. Always good to check what you're closest to, don't just assume, because you'd be surprised. A lot of times, when I think I'm closer to one town, I'm actually like right next to another one. But after a while, you just kind of get used to the map and you know where everything is, without even really thinking about it. We could take on Jeremis. You know, I think I might do that. How is that? I shall tell you, but know that the tale is of gross iniquity. I warn you in advance, lest you are of choleric temperament. Yada yada yada. Yep, you can join our army. Hell yeah, we need a doctor. So yeah, that dude is, there's companions in the game. That guy is one of the ones that's free. There's no ransom broker in here. So yeah, that guy's one of the ones that's free. A lot of times you have to pay him. He has some of the worst, like the lowest fighting stats in the game, but he's a really good physician. He's a good doctor. The other thing with the companions is that you have to be careful with recruiting them because some of them don't get along. And if you recruit ones that don't get along, they will both deteriorate in relation with you, and they'll end up leaving your army most likely. So just something to keep in mind. Don't just be recruiting companions all, you know, crazy, because it's not smart. We should probably buy something. Question is what? Probably cabbage because it's cheaper than cheap. I'm honestly tempted to just buy the other one while it's so cheap. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. That way I just really don't have to worry about it. Weekly cost. See, I want to keep upgrading my guys, but I don't know if I should, because I just don't have a whole lot of money. Man. Well, we're just gonna keep fighting mountain bandits, so I guess it doesn't matter because I would rather upgrade my guys and be able to fight than not upgrade them for the sake of saving some money that I'm just gonna make back anyways. If that makes sense. Wish I could find this hideout, because that would help me kind of know exactly where they're coming from. Maybe it's over here? Yeah, it's right there. Alright, your luck's run out. Time to die. Alright, let's get the cavalry following us. It can be kind of hard to give like commands in especially on the console. I imagine it's a little bit easier on the computer. There's Jeremus. I imagine pretty much everything in this game is easier or better on the computer, including the fact that you can mod it, but you know, that's a whole other problem. If I could mess with the mods in this game, I would, but because there's some really cool ones that I've seen people doing, but I'm fine with this for now. I'm not going to be getting a computer anytime soon, so I'm not worried about it. Dude, what? I swear, sometimes the horses just have a mind of their own. Dude. Don't be throwing stuff. Should definitely get some archers going, that'd be good. So if we had an archery line, that dude probably wouldn't have just died. We'd be returning fire on him. Plus we'll have the big year archer line, which is, as I said in the last episode, I believe, probably one of the, or arguably the best archers in the game. The Kurget, I believe is how it's pronounced, they have pretty cool archers as well because they're mounted archers. They're like horseback archers. All the soldiers in the Kurget are mounted, but they just aren't the best stat-wise. So, well, we only have 3 Vegir dudes. I thought I had more than that. Well, that's not good. We're gonna have to go sell some of this crap and go buy some more Vegir soldiers. Yeah, that's not good, because I need to train up an archery line. I can't have my foot soldiers getting trained up, but no archers getting trained up. That's not going to do me too much good. Yeah, I guess let's head to Veluca and see if we can sell off our prisoners and go and get some more Vegir troops. Man, I'm tempted to join that tournament, but I don't think I have the... I mean, I could win, for sure, but I'd rather wait until I have better stats and I'm more guaranteed, because I don't think it's worth risking the money right now. When I'm, you know, highly likely to lose. You can potentially win, if you're making the maximum bet every time, which is 100 dinars, you can win like over 4,000 out of the tournament, but again, that's only if you win. It's just a lot of risk, especially early on. Later on, when I know I can win, I got no problem with it. Plus, it upgrades your relation with a town, which can be used later on in different ways. I've never really messed with that too much, but we might, just for the sake of doing it. Trying to stay stocked here with food, but it's hard. We got barely any cash. Dinars cash, what am I talking about? Definitely far from cash. And that money would be so useful. But no. little tip if you don't notice, you can press the left analog stick in and it'll center you back on your party. So if you're like halfway across the map and you don't feel like scrolling up back across, or if you're just looking around on the map and you lose your party, forget where they are, just push that in and it'll center you right on them. It'll take you right to it no matter where you are on the map. And it does say that, it says it in the bottom right corner of the screen, but again, that's the bottom right corner of the screen. I just didn't notice it for a while, so I figured I would give you guys that tip in case you didn't see it. Another thing, if you hold in R2, you will move a lot faster in the overworld, which that's another thing I didn't realize for like the longest time. So, yeah, that's a good one to know. Let's see here, 7. That gives me 10 Vaegir guys, I think, total. Yeah. I'm almost thinking I should just go with that because if I get too many guys, then I'm not going to be able to keep up with bandits, which is really bad. I'm thinking we'll leave the upgrades for now until I can find a little bit more money. Did I sell my... I feel like I did. Yeah, I did. Couldn't remember if I sold my goods or not. That's another character you can do, and it's probably the most boring character you can possibly do. I've tried one. Is where you go around to the different towns, go to the marketplace, and you can do this thing called assess the local prices, which basically just gives you a list of all the goods in the town and the profit that you could make selling them at different other towns, because the prices vary depending on like wartime, a number of different things. But I think whether or not the nation is at war is the main thing that affects price. I could be wrong. Of course, I could be wrong. Anybody could be wrong about anything, really. No matter how well proven it is, because that's just how science works. I mean, you try something 99 times, you could get a different result the 100th time. I think that's interesting. Realistically, you're not going to, but you logically could. Let's run down these guys. I'd rather chase down a bigger group. He's got nowhere to go. Okay, I'm not going to bother with that because he's going to cut him to pieces. Dude, could you guys just go do something else? Leave the bandit hunting to me? That'd be great, thanks. Alright, this will be a slightly bigger group, so that should be a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more of a battle. Well, that's right, we got a couple extra cavalry now. What I like to do when I actually get a decent, like, cavalry horde going is I will take my cavalry around and I'll flank the enemy with them a lot of times, but you have to be careful with that because a lot of times they'll notice what you're doing and they'll actually change their course to attack your cavalry line, like they're kind of looks like they're doing right now. See, if you look at the map on the red, which way they're heading. So if you just kind of are cautious about it and you go slowly, don't let any of them actually see you doing it, you should be okay, but be careful with this one because it's easy to mess up. Yeah, they're coming towards me. Well, maybe they aren't. I'll let them get a little bit closer. Alright, screw it. Infantry charge. Let's shoot some arrows at him. Just randomly fire some arrows in some random directions. Yeah, that'll definitely help. For sure. Suppressing fire, right? Yeah, I don't think that works with a bow. Now the logic of suppressing fire makes a lot of sense to me, because if I heard a gunshot, I would definitely be suppressed whether it hit me or not. You know? But that's why I say it probably wouldn't work with a bow. It's just, I mean, it's intimidating, but the sound of it isn't intimidating. As far as lethality goes, I've always kind of thought that, like when I was younger and stuff, I would think that isn't a bow technically more lethal? Because I know that doesn't really make sense, but an arrow is bigger than a bullet. It's more likely to like end up to where it stays in your body, like it's harder to get out of your body. Whereas because a lot of bullets will just be through and through, and a lot of times they don't even hit anything vital. So when I was younger, I always thought that arrows would be the more lethal thing, but I think it really just all depends. Realistically. Alright, there's our first archer, first skirmisher, whatever you want to call it. I believe they call him a skirmisher because he just uses javelins. Again, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Always feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I'd rather be corrected than just keep saying the wrong thing like an idiot. Man, I feel like I'm just all over the place with this commentary right now. That's just kind of the way it is. Especially when I wake up at 4 a.m. half asleep and I decide, you know what, I need to record. But I'm trying to stay consistent for you guys this time, because that's what causes me to lose interest and go away from the channel, is just lack of motivation. You know, I go a night or two without recording, and then I'm like, well, screw it, I've already gone a few days, so I might as well just quit again. So, really trying not to do that this time. We definitely got a good start going here. Another ransom broker. I don't need to know all that. I just need to know what you can give me for these prisoners. That's what I need to know. Oh, I accidentally hit circle. I'm like sitting here messing with the analog stick trying to figure out why it's locking up. I thought my game froze for a second. Finally getting a decent start, getting a little bit of money stacked up here. Definitely not enough to be upgrading all crazy, but it's a good start. Let's put it that way. You know what? I will say this, if you want cheaper food, go to rhodoks, because it seems like they tend to have cheaper food for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. They just do. Especially Yalen. For some reason, I'm assuming because it's in the corner of the world, so not a lot of trade comes through here. But that doesn't make sense, because I would think that would make the prices higher. Right? Or no? No. That's not how it works, because the demand is lower. Then yeah, if demand is lower, then the prices go lower. I don't know, I'm not an economist. Pretty sure that's how it works. Like I said, I'm half asleep, so trying to work out stuff like that in your brain when you're half asleep, probably not a great idea. Wouldn't recommend it. And that weekly cost is starting to get up there. Alright, there's our first proper soldier, Nord warrior. That's where I really consider the Nords to start getting really good. Also, we should upgrade our character. What am I doing? Leveled up like way back there. I just never bothered to do it. Alright, now that we have 9 of everything for our next level ups, I'm gonna start like trying to build up one like a lot, but I think I said this in the last episode, but I just like to get 9 of everything because you upgrade stuff. For every 3 points you put into an attribute, you can put 1 point into a skill that's based off of that attribute. So since they're all at 9, we should be able to go up to 3 in each one of our skills, if that makes sense. That one took me a little while to figure out, so I'm kind of trying to explain the stuff that it took me a while to figure out. That way hopefully you guys can just jump in and know what you're doing. Assuming you're watching this for the purposes of knowing what to do, which you're probably not. I feel like people don't really do that so much anymore. At least I don't. I mean, if I'm watching a Let's Play, it's usually for like entertainment purposes, rather than actually because I'm stuck in the game and I need to figure out what to do. Sometimes, for sure, but not always. Not usually, in fact. Man, that's a fast group of mountain bandits. Debating on ending the episode soon because I think we've got a decent start going. Would say that I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish in this episode. Beyond that, we're just going to keep on fighting. I think I'll try this. We'll catch these dudes and do this last fight, and then we'll call it an episode. Just because I want to get it uploaded and get it uploaded before it gets too far into the day, since it was supposed to be uploaded last night. Not that it really matters all that much. Like I said, I just want to stay consistent. That's the main thing. Let's have our one archer hold up here. I like to have my archers hold position. I've noticed a lot of people won't do that. They'll just have their archers charge in with their infantry, which I don't understand why you would do that, because you set up an archer line and then they are more stable, they're more likely to actually hit the enemy. They're less likely to get killed because they're not in combat. Also, maybe that's what I'll do before I end this episode, is show you guys the level of difficulty that I'm playing on, because it's not the default. The default for this game is, it's not necessarily, I mean it is easy, it's easy mode, but what the game considers to be easy, I would say is actually normal mode, and what the game considers to be regular is like hard. I don't know, it's hard to explain because you can adjust like a lot of different individual settings, so I'll just have to show it to you. That's really interesting. I've never seen a difficulty system like that, because you can literally adjust like the difficulty of each individual thing. You'll see what I mean in a second. Like you can just adjust the difficulty of the overall game. Well, here, let's see here. Options maybe? I don't remember where it is. Yeah. Let's see. Damage to player, reduced to half, easy. That starts at reduced to a quarter, I believe. Damage to friends, I have reduced to 3/4. That starts at reduced to half, as you can see. Or, yeah, as you can see. Easiest. Combat AI is at average, that starts at poor. Campaign AI is at average, that starts at poor. And yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But as you can see, it says I'm playing on easy mode, but I was playing on easiest mode because that's the default. So, yeah, maybe eventually I can do like a challenge run where I set it all up to the maximum. But I think that would be pretty much impossible. But anyways, that's not going to be for a long time. So, uh, thank you all for watching. And in the next episode, we will continue with what we're doing. Let me just upgrade these guys real quick, just because. That way we know exactly where we stand. Alright, yeah. See you guys then.